Hello again, everyone. Welcome back to Divinity Original Sin and the people in the market constantly talking. Let's head into the King Crab.
Alistair.
Let's look around for some people. There's a kitty here, Unsinkable Sam. We've got the Duke of Farrell. It is rather...
They say he's privy to ancient and arcane secrets, the likes of which I doubt you could even fathom, old friend.
What's this about? There's waitress.
So you're just hanging around the inn, are you? Waiting for what, exactly?
I'll thank you to leave me be, you old bat.
Wow.
Oh, you think you can speak that way to a... Well, suffice to say it, I've got my eye on you, Baron.
I am a duke, you potato-eating peasant.
Come now, Alistair. Surely you've met your match once or twice.
Ha! The closest I've come to my match is when I linger over long while lighting my pipe.
Oh, careful now. Your head's grown more swollen than saffrons, I dare say.
So, a lot of people who are just going to keep constantly talking. Let's talk to
Oh,
the
my good man. A drink, if you please.
tavern
Please
keeper.
do
Ken.
keep shouting in my ear.
Hello. Stop moving.
Hearty
we go.
welcome to the King Crab Inn, and a pleasure to have you. You look like you could use a round or three, so what'll it be? Have a seat and stay a while.
Tell me about yourself.
The name's Ivad. Pleased to make your acquaintance. I've been offering the weary travellers of Sicil drink and rest for nearly 2 decades now, but the King Crab's older than that by a long shot.
All right.
All you see before you is the manifestation of my great-grandpappy Horatius Dungeness's noble vision. Beer and naps for everyone. No questions asked.
No, I do like the idea of naps. What do you know about Jake's murder?
Mind if we keep our voices down
No.
over that sensitive subject?
Uh-uh.
Death and dark magic ain't exactly great for business, you know.
I don't see why that's my problem. Tell me about the night of the murder.
That room where it happened, it was rented to a certain woman. Though I regret to say I can't say exactly who. This inn isn't in the business of asking many questions, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, that's not great.
She came heavily cloaked, but paid the full sum in advance. I was used to such transactions after many similar concerning a certain Esmeralda. Figured this were just more at same. I saw one other figure go into the room that night. Someone tall, built broad like a man, but shrouded the same as she. Again, standard practice for Mrs. Counselor and her visitors. I was startled awake by a horrendous hubbub shortly after midnight. I jumped up and grabbed me grandpappy's machete, bleary-eyed and awash in fright. By the time I burst into that room, it was horribly silent. There was only Jake on the floor, dead, surrounded by what may as well have been a battlefield.
All right.
Whoever done it has escaped through the window, but I saw nary a soul when I looked out. You can bet I hightailed it to the Legion barracks faster than a jackrabbit after that.
Well, do you suspect anyone?
Oh, my
Councillor
good-
Jake, that poor man. I knew too much about his affairs, you know. Never figured it my business to say anything, but after all that's happened, I wonder if that weren't a grave mistake.
Yeah, it might have been.
Esmeralda's longest-standing lover has the audacity to remain lodged at this very inn, you know. He's called the Duke of Farrell, a high title for a low man. If you haven't yet asked him about Esmeralda, I'd recommend it.
All right, well, how's business around here?
Well, between you and me, things have been rather slow since the, incident. But with spirits high and liquor flowing like it is tonight, it seems the crab may just come out of that pinch.
All right, let's go ahead and trade, see what you got. All right, so ham. Should get some ham. Mug of wine. A mug of wine, huh? Mug of water. Mug of beer. We got milk.
Tell me,
Orange juice. Cup of tea.
have you ever had the fortune
Bottle
of
of water.
challenging the fabled wizard of Hunter's Edge?
And 583 gold.
He should be so lucky as to be defeated by Alistair the Great.
They
Oh,
say
my
he's
good
privy to
man.
ancient and
Drink, you
arcane
please.
secrets.
All right, so we got a...
Even fathom, old friend.
go ahead and get a quick temp save. And also, I do really, really, really wish that you could turn all of these people off. Oh, man. Actually, hold on a second. Is there a way? No, because I don't think it's ambient. I think it's voice.
Come now, Alistair. Surely you're
Anyway,
met your
let's see what's
match
down here.
once.
Alright, well, we got some rats. We got some a poison cloud in there. The screens are... This would be stealing. But at the same time, there's no one around, so I don't know that it matters. There's lots of bread. There's a roasted pork dish. Ham. Alright, well. Lots of stuff to loot, but we'll look into that a little bit later. Let's talk to some other people. Let's see, a citizen, a waitress.
A source hunter? I'd like to report some dark magic. Only tainted hearts could tip as miserably as this lot.
Yeah, I don't think that's actually dark magic. What do you have? You got shells, tomatoes,
Oh, my good
cheese,
man.
apple,
Drink if you please.
various drinks,
Please do
and
keep shouting in my ear.
so
Do
we
I
can
seem like the
we can
sort who
definitely
concerns myself with such
do some
things?
trading with
You'll be
the waitress.
concerned enough when you realize that reward money won't be lining your pockets.
Were you here the night of Jake's murder?
I think I'm one of the last folks to hear him alive. That awful scream has been ringing in my ears ever since. And with the room where it all happened still under quarantine, we've a constant reminder of exactly what happened.
Yeah, I understand that.
Though that's the question, isn't it? What exactly did happen? We all thought it was Esmeralda who checked into that room, and the Duke that followed her in.
But apparently not.
I was washing up and nudging the last of the lushes out of the door when a cloaked woman rushed in right past me. I never got a good look at her, damn my eyes, but I figured the way she disappeared that she was visiting one of the lodgers.
Okay.
Lucky for the perpetrators, I was rinsing bottles in the back when the terrible deed took place and saw nothing more. I'm not proud to say I ducked under the counter and damn well stayed there till I heard Ivad fling that door open, but I was paralyzed with fright.
Alright, well, I will take my leave.
Please do keep shouting.
Bladorix! That! Ha! Quite under my spell, aren't you? Yes, my enfriending charm never fails.
Does it? You have a tusk. I'll take my leave.
Come now, Alistair.
How about this Novak guy?
Pointless chatter with strangers does so thrill me.
I'm
How
glad.
did you know? Please continue interrupting my drink if you'd be so kind.
Oh, absolutely. Who are you?
How curious of you to show interest in a lonesome stranger at the bar. Let me answer by saying that who I am is hardly any of your business. And anyone with an ounce of tact would have known that already.
You know, I'm investigating a murder here. Can you tell me about the Fabulous
So
Five?
you've wrangled a position in the Fabulous Five, have you? I'm fairly brimming with enthusiasm at the prospect of calling you a partner. You'd better leave me undisturbed, or my emotions might just bubble over.
Oh, no.
You've been sent after Ahu's insane robot, I understand. Do you imagine that while you're busy being crushed by that abomination, I'll manage to get through a whole drink, distraction-free?
Oh, God, I hope not. You do have a fuse, but I will take my leave. Alright, so there's some other people. Let's go talk to this Anna.
What have we here? A source hunter, is it?
Indeed.
Well, my day just became rather more stimulating.
I'd hope so.
Stand still then, if you don't mind. I want to take a good long look at the so-called savior of Sicile.
Well, I mean, I haven't saved it yet.
Tall as an elf, strong as an orc, but your face, quite classical, isn't it? Statuesque, some might say. Yes, smooth and sturdy as marble, yet fine as a chisel's edge.
Okay. That's an odd way of putting it, but
And
okay.
my word, what passion burns from your eyes. Please forgive my being forward, but I dare say, can it be? You're... Well, you're exactly the person I've been searching for.
Really? You've been searching for someone?
That I have. For nearly a lifetime, it seems. Well, I'm sure you must know what I mean. Like existence itself lacked a significant component? Like if you could only fill a certain void, could connect with the right body, the right spirit. Together you could uncover new and thrilling vistas.
I feel like I'm being hit on here.
I believe I have found that component, that body, that spirit within you, Source Hunter. Come, if ever we are to be united, we must truly entwine our fates. We must link our causes forevermore.
Yeah, I'm definitely being hit on here.
Yes, you must join the Fabulous Five right away, as soon as time permits. Together, as a team, we'll explore the boundless realm before us. We'll uncover fate, inch by inch.
Well, that's the weirdest way to be hit on I've ever felt, but tell me more about the Fabulous
So you've
Five.
joined up. You've sworn to share in our adversity and our bounty alike. Oh, you've made my heart soar.
Have I really?
I can finally offer you our finest adventuring equipment at fantastic in-house rates. Come now, let's trade.
Yeah, I might.
Well, you must be thrilled to find yourself a member of a team so widely renowned for its valor and skill. And you must be even more curious about how you yourself can suit up to face such enemies as a member of the Fabulous Five must face. Well, never fear. I have everything you need.
Yeah, that was just an extended sales pitch, wasn't it? Alright, what do you got? Lots of money. Boulder Bash Scroll, Midnight Oil Scroll, Knockdown Arrow, Steam Cloud Arrow, Water Arrow, Water Balloon, Harmful Outdated Short Sword of the Doctor, plus 4 hit points. Hush Old Wooden Water Staff of Bloodlust. 15% chance to set muted status for 2 turns.
My good man.
Outdated
Drink,
Spear,
please.
nice.
Please do
Indestructible
shut
Aged Cloth Cap of Perception. Plus 1 Perception is pretty nice, and it's actually not too expensive. It's also unbreakable, which is kind of nice. I might consider that. Barbaric Corroded Copper Ring of Fire Resistance, plus 1 Strength.
So you're just hanging around the inn, are you?
Omniscient Corroded Copper Ring of the Serpent,
Oh, thank you to leave me
plus 1
be.
Perception. Terra Corroded Copper Ring of the Serpent, 9% Earth Resistance and Poison Resistance.
Well, suffice to say it, I've got my eye on you, Baron.
Covering Antique Cloth Shoes of Spirit, plus 1 Initiative. And Retaliating Antique Cloth Bracers of Life, plus 1 Crafting, plus 7 hit points. Reflect 10% of melee damage as piercing damage. Plus 1 Crafting is not bad. Pardon me, for our dedicated crafter. But, not going to buy anything just yet. About my first assignment.
I hear you've been tasked with taking out that crazed robot in the northern cave. I'm sure you'd like to equip yourself with the finest possible accoutrement, wouldn't you? Come, come, I have everything you need.
Don't you want to venture forth hand in hand, like you said?
Oh, darling, that was so long ago now.
That was like a minute
Who can
ago.
remember who said what after all this time? What matters is the here and now. And in this moment, I promise to give you the best deals on adventuring equipment you'll find in all Sicil.
Yeah, I can go back and check the log.
Well, you are a member of the eminent Fabulous Five, after all.
You know what? I don't think I want to know more about you. You're just, this is like a pyramid scheme type thing, isn't it? All right, how about
Sorry,
Alistair?
I've run out of signed handkerchiefs. An Alistair keyring, maybe. In any case, make it quick. You're not the only fan who wants some of my time.
I'm sorry, I'm not actually familiar with you.
What do you mean, not familiar? You expect me to believe you've never heard of Alistair the Almighty?
Yeah, because I've never heard of Alistair the Almighty.
Why, I'm only the most famous wizard this side of Vadistis. Although, it'd be worth checking the other side too, just in case.
Aha.
And don't forget, I'm the most eminent member of the Fabulous Five to boot. Surely you already know we've been voted the most influential adventurers guild by SideQuest Monthly, 3 years running.
Yeah, I don't actually know anything about that. What do you know about my first assignment?
Ah, You'll be dealing with Ahu's little abomination, will you? I'd go myself, but I'd fear I'd end the fight before anyone else got in their licks.
Well, you should probably do that.
If I don't leave a few crumbs for the newbies once in a while, they'll accuse me of stealing the spotlight, you see.
You would have the ability to say, oh, no, I couldn't have done it without them. What do you know about the undead?
Those nasty beasts are hardly worth my time. Though I suppose I'll step in if none of the recruits manage to prove adept enough to handle a few skeletons.
I kind of feel like you should probably get involved, sir. What do you have for trade? A little bit of money. Do you have an Avatar Poison Scroll, mug of beer, a medium Earth Resistance Potion, minor Healing Potion, and
my
a Poison
good man.
Resistance Potion?
Drink if you please.
Alright, I will take my
Please do
leave.
keep shouting in my
Yeah, this Fabulous 5 organization is, So there's a lot of paintings
Tell me,
out here
Alistair,
that I'm
have
going
you
to
ever
want to
had the
steal
fortune of
eventually,
challenging
because
the
they're worth a
fabled wizard
lot
of
of money.
Hunter's
Kitty!
End?
Never saw you in the king crab before. You're welcome to scratch me behind the ears if you like. I won't scratch back.
Who are you?
I am Unsinkable Sam. At least that's what they call me around here. Used to be a ship's cat, but the clipper I was on sank, and I was the only one to wrestle himself free from the waves. The people here were kind and took me in, being the king crab's foremost patron ever since.
Well, tell me about the ship you were on.
A magnificent ship she was. Used to belong to a pirate, I was told. Unlike me, she didn't prove to be unsinkable, though. We hit the cliffs right neath the lighthouse. Not very apt a name for that building, I must say, for no light was shining from it.
Well, that is really not good.
The moment I hit the water, I writhed around like I would on a hot tin roof. By some miracle, I managed to reach the beach, covered in kelp and smelling worse than a fish's funeral parlor.
Ew.
But I was alive, and that was more than anybody else could say.
You were the only survivor?
So I was. What friends I had. They drowned alongside the rats I used to hunt in the galley. And there I was, all alone. Not that I have it bad here, mind you. I've milk and fish aplenty. Most folks will pet me kindly, and when one of the village girls holds me tight against her ample bosom, I purr up a storm. But I do long for a companion of my own kind. And in that regard, there is no one like Maxine.
Well, I do know Maxine.
Maxine, the mayor's darling pet. So gentle, so fair a feline. The grace of her whiskers, the subtle palette of dyes in her
Palette?
sable coat. She's one of a kind, that cat.
Paulette? I need to talk to you about that pronunciation there.
She likes me. I know she does. But when I declare my love, she backs away. I don't know why. I have serenaded her and braved many a bucket of water for my efforts. But for some reason, she is not to be swayed.
Well, we can go talk to her about that.
Wizard of Hunter's
I think we got a
Edge.
quest about that, so, you know. I have some other questions for
By
you.
all means.
What's your take on the undead? Yes, let's talk to this cat about the undead.
People make a fuss about them because they endanger the lands around the city. They never bother me when I'm out for my monthly walk, though. But still, I do detest them. I mean, they're so unnatural, aren't they? Cats can have 9 lives, but humans are only entitled to 1.
Wow. Wow, so entitled
I
there.
am a
Can you tell me
duke,
more about the orcs?
Oh, don't mention orcs to me. Worse than dogs, that lot. Sank Walrus Willie's boat right from under him. Best anchovy fisher in the world he was. A loss to us all.
All right, I will take my leave.
Match one sword
And how about...
Back, demon! Back or I'll... Well, what's this? Oh, Madara, you lummox. 1,000 pardons, comrade. This old bear's edgier than a dodecahedron these days.
Dodecahedrons don't actually have, never mind. I mean, they do have edges, but they're not very edgy.
I'll tell you, it sure does me good to set eyes on another of our order. From Academy West, aren't you? Give Captain Waitress my regards next time you see him.
Wait, there's already a source hunter here? Who did you say you were? I don't recognize you from the academy. I hadn't heard of another source hunter being assigned to Sicil. What are you doing
Do
here?
I seem like
Heavens
this would-
hornets! That's quite a story, comrade. And come to think of it, one that might concern you.
Well, go ahead and explain.
See, I'm here on, well, let's call it a loan from a town to the north of here. Hunter's Edge by name. There's been an attack there, comrade. Orcs. Not your run-of-the-mill savages either, but ones who've taken dark magic to new heights. What they want in Hunter's Edge, I can't say, but it's my responsibility to send them packing. Preferably with their horns in their suitcases and a knee-knocking fear of ever crossing paths with a sauce hunter again.
Wait. Are you a source hunter or are you a sauce hunter? I need to know.
I came south seeking the Legion's help, only to find it tied here in Sicil. They don't have a spare soldier to send northward, and even in my finest form, I can't clear the place of that many orcs without backup.
Who did you say you were? I don't recognize you from the academy.
You wouldn't. I trained up in Academy North, after all. We don't cross paths with you Westies all that often, but it's always a pleasure when we do. Madara's the name. Retired, or so the Order keeps trying to tell me, but never out of commission. My hand to your cause and my sword at your side.
Alright. Orcs attacked your village? How did you manage to escape?
By the skin of my teeth, comrade. The savages were rounding up villagers when one of them activated a tripwire on our village wizard's property. Fortunately for me, that particular wizard has a penchant for things that go boom in the night. I managed to wrench free of my captor's grip and flee toward the forest. He pursued me for miles, but I'd lost him before I made it into the Sicil hinterlands.
What's your next plan of attack?
Well, comrade, I hadn't thought of it till you tapped my shoulder just now. But perhaps that's where you come in. I need a contingent I can trust if I'm to take back the town. And the way I see it, you could use reinforcements here in town. I've been scouting Sicil for some time now, and I believe I've sussed out sufficient intel to help solve the murder of the Counselor. With our minds and swords in tandem, we'll make short work of the perpetrator.
What evidence of source in Sicil have you found thus far?
More than I'd hoped, comrade. I don't know what in tarnation's gotten into the townsfolk here, but there's enough dark magic running roughshod to topple a small mountain. There's Mayor Cecil's doings for one, and the mysteries of our master Thaleron for another.
Okay.
And on top of it all, the feline menace is lurking at every hearth and shadow.
Excuse me? Let's talk about Mayor Cecil first.
Now, don't get me wrong. I think the mayor's a decent sort, even if he can't hear farther than the tip of his own nose. But from what I've heard whispered around the docks, the old guy's gotten himself mixed up in something not quite on this side of the law.
Yeah, no, we're a little aware of that.
I suspect an illegal sauce, artifact, or substance is at the root of it, but exactly what or who's given it to him, I can't say. And since I haven't technically been assigned to Sicil, I don't have the authority to interrogate him.
Tell me about Thaleron.
Fella seems like a humble doctor, but I bet my sword he's dealing in something darker than splints and tonics.
Okay.
A loose-lipped fishmonger let slip that she'd seen our good doctor scale the city wall on 2 separate occasions, well past midnight each time. What business could he have among the undead?
I mean, he could be picking up things to use for reagents or for potions and stuff, or maybe he's doing some research.
Hardly the habit of an innocent healer, I'd say.
I don't know about that. Tell me about the feline menace.
You mean you don't already know, comrade? Their kind can see in the dark. It ain't natural.
Huh. So that's your proposition. You help us here in Sicil and we help you take back your home village thereafter?
But it seems you've got all the help you need, haven't you? More's the pity. We could have beheaded 100 Source Yetis in the name of the Order.
Alright, I'll take my leave. Oh, Jahan.
I assume you address me for a reason, so go on. Speak.
I need you to... Actually, hold on a second. I'll take my
And
leave.
so let the hunt
Drink, if you please.
Please do keep shouting.
Let me go ahead and take that Resurrect Scroll. Take that Healing Potion. And I will take the backpack.
Tell me,
What can I do for you, Source Hunter?
I need you to leave the party for the present.
Do you now? Yours is this mistake to make, Hunter, and yours is the opportunity to set it right. Until then, I shall be in the King Crab.
All right.
I doubt you could even fathom.
So, and there he is.
Peasant.
Let's go talk
I'll
to
tell you,
Madara
It
again.
sure does me good to set eyes on another of our order. Hunter's greetings. So, have you changed your mind about venturing forth? Well, you know the old expression. 2's a tea party, 3's an invasion. I know this place like the back of my hand by now, and the orcs up north will be short work for a trained-up trio of sauce hunters.
All right, join us, and you can be the Sauce Hunter. We'll be the Source Hunters.
Match once or
A
twice.
fantastic plan. With 3 Source Hunters working in tandem, we'll put an end to all the evils bent against this fair land. We can't in good conscience take on a task so far removed from our current mission. Yeah, I'll go with that.
Getting ourselves caught up in an entangling alliance will hinder more than help us.
Oh, come on, Hanako.
By the demon's tomb, I never thought I'd live to see a sauce hunter dismiss an eager comrade.
I know.
That's what they teach you about loyalty at Academy West, is it?
No. Hanako just
Well,
needs
you're
to
lucky
do
we
it on her own.
Northies have a certain expression. Better to do right the second time than never at all. So if you change your mind about joining forces, I'll be happy to hear it, comrade.
Do I seem like the sort who can
I'll
say
tell you.
There we go.
You sure. Hunter's greetings. Well, you know the old.
Fantastic plan.
Another source hunter on the team will make us all the more formidable against this wicked magic. Welcome aboard, Madara.
That's the spirit. Listen closely now. Do you hear it? That's the sound of every orc and sorcerer in a 100-mile radius shaking in his wee boots.
Is it really? I don't know about that. All right, so Madara has. Let's go ahead and turn the helmet off. So Madora's bracers, 11 armor rating. We got Madora's armor, +1 initiative, 28 armor rating. Source Hunter Sarong. Madora's two-handed sword, 44 to 56 slashing.
I doubt you could even fathom, old friend.
11 armor rating for Madora's boots, 2 minor healing potions, and a backpack that doesn't have anything in it. So this is basically going to be our permanent party. There is one other person to find that we will get in a bit. Let's see. How do I want to move about?
Come now, Alistair. Surely you've met your match.
I guess this is okay. You want to slip her in here. In fact, slip her in here.
Oh, careful now. Your head's grown more swollen than Saffron's, I dare say.
All right. She has 2 ranks in two-handed. 1 in bodybuilding. 2 in man-at-arms. No personality, no craftsmanship, no nasty deeds. Talents, Comeback Kid. When an opponent lands the blow that should kill you, Comeback Kid will leave you with 1 health as long as you had more than 1 left. Opportunist gives you the ability to perform attacks of opportunity. And What a Rush increases your turn action points and maximum action points by 2 when your vitality is below 30%. Opportunist is good. The other 2, meh. But it's fine. She's basically here as our melee competent. 8 strength, 5 dexterity, 5 intelligence, 7 constitution, 6 speed, and 5 perception. All right. Jahan will be here, and we will be grabbing him anytime we need to do.
Have you ever had the fortune of challenging the fabled wizard of Hunter's Edge?
I really do wish that I could shut them up. Basically, any time that we need to do some crafting, we'll come back here and get you. And the Duke of Farrell is right there. We'll talk to next time. And then we'll go ahead and investigate the... Also, trophies are containers. And we'll go ahead and check out the scene of the crime. But that will be next time. See you then, everyone.